Welcome once again to the Zach Carpenter Show here on the BCHS TV Bear Network, where all of our shows are available to you on YouTube. Just simply search for BCHS.TV. Subscribe to it once you find it, because it's absolutely free and it'll notify you anytime any of our productions are available for your viewing pleasure. I'd like to thank Mr. Schroyer and his class back here for making all of our shows possible each week for all of our different sports throughout the season. I'd like to welcome us once again, Zach Carpenter, the head coach of the Bears, who were just ranked number 9 in the latest poll this week, won 11 of the last 12, 4 games in a row, the last 4, and really playing good ball, I think. What's been the key to success for you? We're going to talk to the players in a minute. What's been the key of success in those games, you think?
Other players. You know, the player buy-in, they've really come together as a group. Starting, really, not that there was anything going on before, but they've got each other's back.
Figured it out now, huh?
They have. They really enjoy playing together. They're pushing each other to practice every day, and it's just starting to come together.
Introduce these young men that you brought today.
So we got Caden Botts, transferred over from Silverdale this year, and we got D. Reed.
D. Reed didn't transfer anywhere except from maybe Lake Forest back. Get here. And D, what grade you in?
I'm a junior.
He's a junior, so you got a couple of juniors here. Well, Coach, let's go back. I like to ask these guys first. When did you start playing basketball that you can remember, organized basketball?
5th grade.
5th grade? And where was that at? Down at Lake Forest? At Arnold? Then you went to Lake Forest. You played football now at Lake Forest.
I played 7th grade.
Not playing, just 1 year there? You mentioned before we started you may be playing another sport here at Bradley this coming year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about running track this year.
And what would be your specialty, the sprints or the long runs?
Sprints and long jump.
The long jump, huh? No,
Not the long run.
Not the long run. Yeah. Hey, I'm picking up something right here. Apparently you don't like to run, huh?
Not at all.
That's not a fun part of practice?
Short bursts.
Oh, okay. Like from one end of the court to the other,
Yeah.
maybe something like that.
Yes, sir.
Caden, how long have you been playing ball?
I've been playing forever, as long as I can remember.
As long as you can remember? Of course, everyone should know by now, I'm sure they do, that Dennis Bosch is your granddad. He was a Hall of Fame player here, and golly bum. I remember seeing him. He was unstoppable inside, Games change. I've asked Dennis about that. I said, hey, could you play in today's game? He said, nope. He just totally changed from the way I played, because back then it was a different kind of game. Now it's more about speed and finesse and stuff like that. But, man, he could play, and you got good blood, in your veins there. We talked about the different players stepping up. Now, I had some notes here. Caden hit double figures 5 of the last 6 games. Ramarian has hit 4 double figures. Jackson Airy is like a different change guy sometimes. Now he's coming on. He's hitting the boards hard. He's obviously you've been working with him hard in practice and all that. Trevor Carpenter, well, he just keeps on being Trevor. He's getting double figure scoring every game. He's averaged about 15, 16 points a game. And Macias, you can bring him on the wing. You can bring J.D. Carpenter. And J.D., undersung, but boy, he comes in there and he fights hard and he hits those boards. And he's a key element to this team being successful, I think.
Oh, he rebounds, he defends, he's physical. I wish he would look to score more when he gets the ball 2 feet from the basket. He immediately looks to turn and find somebody to throw it to.
He's come on. And these guys here, Raheem Brownlow, he's another getting a lot more playing time too. So your bench is getting deeper and deeper, and getting some quality time off there. It's not just throwing a role player out there to kill some minutes for somebody. They're getting
like I said, at practice, these guys are pushing each other.
Yeah.
And it's, top to the bottom, they're getting after each other every day, making each other better. And I tell them, iron sharpens iron.
D, what would you like to be better at? If you said, boy, if I could do this a little bit better. Coach always asked me to ask that question because he's listening. He wants to know what you're going to say.
I'd say shoot the ball.
Shooting the ball?
Yeah.
Shooting it better for a higher percentage, you mean? Or
I don't know my percentage.
just to take more shots?
I'd say just the 3 ball. I don't need to take more shots, but shoot a 3 ball once.
Well, you had an 18-point game earlier this year. I remember that one,
Yes, sir.
So something was clicking that night for you. Caden, how about you? What would you like to improve on? Anything jumping at you?
Probably defense and speed, but then as a team, I'd say communication. On the
Communication, boy, we hear that a lot.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh, I know it is. And sometimes when you watch the game, you can hear them talking to each other out there, and you sure hear you holler at them out there. And Jordan and Kobe, it gets real vocal out there. At this point of the season, what's your biggest concern? We're about, 2 weeks left of the regular season before we hit the postseason?
so.
2 or 3, something like that. I know injuries, we won't stay up injuries, but is there anything else, boy, we've got to get better at hitting free throws maybe, or
We've done better at that.
We have.
The last few games, we've done a much better job of shooting free throws, and that comes in practice. I know these Guys don't like it, but when we shoot free throws, no talking. I have to get on them sometimes about talking, while we're shooting free
The
throws.
great communicator, Caden.
I guess he's working on his communication while he's shooting free throws. So, just no let-ups, no letdowns.
Yeah.
Don't have bad days. At this point in the season, you come in, you're ready to go and ready for that next opponent.
Yep. Well, that's what you have to do. I asked Coach Reuter in an earlier interview, when he looks at that stat sheet, we get these stat sheets from our good buddy Adam Belford each game, halftime. What's the first thing that you as a coach would look at after a game is over, one that you won, like a Cleveland game, we won at 59-56. What's the thing that you look at and say, here's how we won that game?
The main things I look at first are turnovers and how many offensive rebounds the other team had. Then I will look at their shooting percentage. Kind of gives me an idea if we were given uncontested shots or contested shots. Mm-hmm. Those are the main things I look at when I first get a stat sheet.
Turnovers to me, and that's exactly what Coach Reuter said. I look at turnovers first thing. If it's a close game or a game with a loss or whatever, you look at turnovers. And I look at shooting percentage a lot too. That catches my eye. And then if it's not good, I look at how many rebounds we have, because you can have a lot of rebounds if you shoot poorly and still be in the game. Free throw shooting, obviously. I also like to look at the points in the paint, which means we're getting inside or we're getting fast break, points off second chance, points off the fast breaks, and we've done well there. Where I've seen, as a fan, seen us struggle from time to time is sometimes on defense we don't get back on transition, and boys, Stuart Screek eat us up. And somebody else doesn't kind of mind eat our lunch sometimes, and you guys are over here screaming, get back, get back, get back, and we didn't get back a lot of times. Well, we've done a better job of that, I think, too, though.
All five guys have a job on the floor. The one and the two, their job is to get back. One to pick up the ball, the other one to protect the paint.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5, their job is to crash the offensive glass, and if we don't get it, then sprint back. And we struggle with that early. I think we have gotten better at it. Drilling it in practice and working on it, showing them on film how you're not rotating back like you should.
Yeah. Is practice this time of year different than it was early in the year when you got new players like Caden coming into the program? And Reuter says, well, I've shortened them up because we're tired. We're in the grinding part of the season now. Is your practice any different now if I were to see it today as opposed to?
What do you guys think?
I'd say they're shorter because we're working much harder. So we get everything done. We don't spend as much time on each drill that we do.
Okay. Do you guys look at film? I know Coach looks at film. Do you guys look at film too, or do you go what he says to film? I guess they have the ability to look at film on their own.
Yeah, everybody on our team has a Huddle account. They can go in and watch all the games, and then we watch it as a group as well.
Okay. Do you, like we've got Oodawal game coming tonight on the road. We've already played them and won that game. We got Ray here Friday night. We beat them on the road. So you got 2 district games this week. Do you game plan now like for Oodawal's game tonight? Are you going back to see what you did that worked against them from the previous game?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense there. We've been playing good defense, I think, for the most part, and that's where I see successful teams always play good defense. Rebounding, we've talked about that before. It's just a matter of wanting to rebound, wanting it more than the other guy, And I think if you can do that, you're going to be successful. Free throw shooting, it's an individual thing too, but
it's gotten better, and I think defensively we've gotten much better from where we started out the year.
Oh yeah.
We've really stepped it up. On the ball, health side still got to get a little bit better, but at times we're really good in our rotations. I thought the other night against LFO, we did a great job of getting our rotations down. We're having to help, and guys rotating down, getting steals. I think we ended up with 14 steals against LFO, and a lot of those were just off of intercepting the passes because our rotations were there.
Well, defense wins games, as they say. Play in the paint's been strong. We looked at that against Howard. We had 26 points in paint, 34 against LFO, with 17, 14 points respectively in those games there. Is it that stat that you look at? Do you look at those? Let's look at the stats for the other team. What do you look at when for the stats? You look at your team stats. What you want to see on the other team stats? What are they doing that's hurting us?
I'm looking at second chance points.
Okay.
Fast break points. That because of the getting back, we really struggle with that. We've had several games where we've really struggled and it hurts us. So I'm looking at, are they getting second chance points? Are we doing a job boxing them out on the defensive end? And then their shooting percentage and how many free throw attempts they've had. Are we moving our feet or are we fouling, putting it at the free throw line?
Oh yeah. Guys, what's it like at halftime? You go in, it's a tight game, maybe you're down, and it's coach raking you over the coals about something because you're not doing, you know what? He's looking at Caden. What do you think, Caden? How are the halftime chats? Let's say it's a close game and you're down.
Sometimes, well, when we're down,
Yeah.
sometimes he comes in there and he's pretty hot.
Get a little emotional.
Yeah, he'll get on us, and then
We just got to get the point across, you know.
he'll tell us what we need to do, and then we come out and we do it, get it done.
Well, after the game's over and you won, he always comes, talks to us, and chats with us on the newspaper and the radio guys there, and comes in and gives you time to mellow out, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
But we've had some really, we've won 11 out of 12. I mean, some really good competition, you know, and those games like that, you know, I mean, you got to feel good and proud, because what I've seen from the early in the season, and I've seen every game except the games in Alabama you played, and it's not entirely a team, but boy, it's really meshed or something just happened. It's come together, and they're playing really good.
It has.
The chemistry got to be.
I mean, they've really grown from day one to
Yeah.
where we're at now, and that's what you want to keep. You know, keep taking those steps incrementally. Every game, getting better at something, and just having that momentum going in towards the end of the season.
It's a time of year you better give that momentum. You don't want to be going down. You want to be getting a little better. And we're playing our best basketball, I think, right now for the whole season. And we've got 4 district games left, 2 this week, and I guess 1 next week. They've got a Monday game at McMinn Central.
Yep.
And then we'll have them back for a senior night. Then we got Walker Valley coming in here, and then we got to go to McMinn County. So you're going to have 2 tough district games. I mean, I'm not overlooking Ray or Oodle.
They're all tough.
They're all tough. You've been favored to win those because we've already beaten them once, but it's the time of year where it's crunch time, it's gut time, guys. You know, 100% on the floor all the time. That's all you can ask for.
And that's what these guys give me. That's why we've been able to win 11 out of 12 is, their effort, they're coming together, being a team. So they put the work in.
You guys are playing on a team that's ranked in the top 10 for the first time in quite a while. They ranked 9th this week in the latest poll, and 14-3 record. It's been a while since we had a record like that, and it's good. It makes everybody happy. We've had great crowds. Boy, we've had some really emotional crowds, and that just adds to the whole atmosphere when you got a gym full of people screaming their lungs out,
Oh, it makes it fun. I know these guys feed off of it,
Oh,
off
yeah.
the environment, and our student section's been big time.
Yep. Yeah, that student section, they get a little out of hand sometimes, but
I love
it's
it.
all, yeah, it's
I love
all very positive. They don't do anything, we're not proud of there. But well, guys, I'd like to thank you, Caden and B, for being here today. Guys, continue what you're doing, man. We're playing so good right now. You got to win tonight. That's all you need to worry about. You got to do the ball, right, Coach?
That's right.
And we'll worry about whoever next time. Zach, always, thank you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
This has been the Zach Carpenter Show here on the BCHS Bear Network. I've been your host, Gary Ownbey. Until next time, come out and support the Bears. We'll have the radio game Friday night with Ray County here at home. Be on the road with no radio here tonight at Oodalong. Till next time, we'll say God bless and go Bears.